Okay, hi everybody. I don't know. I don't think there's a full moon. Hi, it's just me. Hi, Murder of Crows. Hi, Jeanette, Debbie D, the Captain Lee fan, Evelyn Gregory. I said Murder of Crows. Hold on. Let me go over to YouTube. Hi on Twitter and on TikTok and Twitch. Get back to where's our true crime. I didn't even share it out, but it's okay. I'll share it out tomorrow. All right, nice to see you all. Let's see what's going on. And this all started over Donna Adlesen. Oh boy. Okay, let's see now. We're going to check on Donna's channel. Donna's trial until, but in a minute. Let's see what else is going on. Let's see. So far. Okay, what is this about? Let's take a look at this one. Excuse me. New Mexico. I wonder if Puddin is here and knows about this case. Puddin? Hang on, Puddin. Do you know about this case, Puddin? Let me put this graphic up. This is Deanna Fetford. She was a New Mexican woman who, let me make sure that you can hear me. Hold on, hold on. Let me get back to, okay, good. Okay, so it's just me. What's up with that? All right, so listen to this one, okay? A woman from New Mexico allegedly told police that her missing husband went fishing in Mexico with another woman. She was arrested for his murder after his body was found in her carport. Deanna Fetford, her age, they didn't have it. She was located in Texas after New Mexico authorities issued a warrant for her arrest on first-degree murder. She's now in custody at the Wichita County Jail, and she's accused of shooting her 60-year-old husband, Craig Fetford, and using a tractor to drag his body into the carport of the house that they shared together. The court records say that Craig Fetford was reported missing in May after his family members said they had not heard from him since January. On June 17th, his remains were found wrapped in plastic and covered by a white powder and other trash. Police said the search for Craig began on May 12th when family members requested a welfare check at the home. The Otero County Sheriff's deputies went to the Thetford home on May 15th, and they spoke with Deanna, who told them that she and her husband were getting a divorce and that he had gone down to Mexico with his new girlfriend to fish. According to the police, Deanna showed the sheriff deputies 2 safes that belonged to Craig, for which she did not have the combinations. She told police that her husband kept up to $1.5 million in cash in those safes, and she believed he had taken the cash out and went to Mexico. Deanna was interviewed by the police again, and during the second conversation, she changed her story. She told police that Craig had broken his phone and gotten a new one, but she did not know his new phone number. She also said her husband had gone to Texas to take care of his mother, a detail disputed by Craig Thetford's sister. A sheriff's deputy spoke to Deanna at her home, noticed security cameras, which she claimed were not working. He also asked about a 4 to 5 foot deep hole in her front yard. She stated it was going to be used for a raised garden bed. A Okay, I sunk it. Police later learned Deanna's daughter had information about the disappearance of her stepfather and spoke to her over the phone on May 13th. The daughter told police that her mother told her that she and Craig had a fight, and he pushed her down a flight of stairs. After the purported physical altercation, Deanna allegedly told her daughter that she was blinded by rage and she shot Craig several times. And not knowing what to do with his body, she told her daughter that she allegedly left Craig where he fell in the pool room for up to 2 days. She then allegedly wrapped his body in a rug and plastic. She then tied something to him and used the tractor to pull him out of the house. She told her daughter that the body was still in the carport. The search warrant for the home was executed on June 17th when the body of Craig Thetford was found, where his wife said she left it, in the carport, wrapped in black plastic, blankets, and rugs, while covered in a white powdery substance and mothballs. He was found underneath a pile of other items that was captured on body cameras with the sheriff's department when they had visited the previous month. An autopsy found that Craig Thetford was shot multiple times and that he had been dead anywhere from a few weeks to a few months. His manner of death was ruled a homicide. By the time the police searched the Thetford's home, Deanna was in Texas. She purchased property in Texas in February in a town called Seymour using cash. The safes that Deanna told the police about were opened by a locksmith, and inside was approximately $84,200 along with firearms and ammunition. Police said people had become curious of how suddenly Deanna had money. Deanna was arrested in Texas and taken into custody at the Wichita County Jail, where she is being held without bond. She is charged with first-degree murder and tampering with evidence. My gosh, okay. So let me just see something. Deanna Fetford. Well, look at this. Hold on a second. Huh. Deanna, let me see here. Craig and Deanna Fetford. Hold on a second. I'm just trying to see something about Myrtle Beach. Huh. I'm just looking at her Facebook page. If you use your husband's old drawers to make a tank, what? I don't know. Her Facebook page is pretty... strange. And did they have a farm or something? Because showing there was pigs there. That's crazy. Okay. Well, that's weird. All right. I don't know. Wow. And this is another picture of Craig. Maybe, okay. Upon opening the safes, for many years Craig owned and operated Craig's Roofing in Breckenridge before selling the business prior to his move to New Mexico. Craig had moved to Cloudcroft after his retirement a few years ago, and according to the Cloudcroft police, he had plans to travel back to Breckenridge but went missing before making the trip. He had been a member of the James Canyon Volunteer Fire Department in Otero County, New Mexico. That's crazy. She told her daughter all about it. Craig's clothing had been removed from the residence. The camera system, security hardware had been removed. A computer was unable to be located, and the residence, specifically in the area of the stairwell and the pool room, appeared to be clean. A search warrant was executed on June 17th. Da, 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 da. All right, let me get back. Oh, what a story, huh? Except it's real. It's real life. It's not a made-up story or anything like that. There's something more on this. Let me see here. No, there isn't. I thought there was. They had some more information on that. American Idol executive. Then you have this woman right here. That's Elizabeth A. Drake. She appeared in court. That's with her attorney for her sentencing. She's from Wisconsin. She told police that she deliberately ignored her mother's cries for help while letting her lay in filth. She's been sentenced for abuse. Court records reveal that Elizabeth A. Drake, 40 years old, pled no contest to one count of intentionally subjecting an individual at risk to abuse and one count of improper animal shelter on Monday. She was arrested in December of 2023 after a delivery driver who came to the house she shared with her 72-year-old mother heard the older woman yelling for help. Police arrived to find a scene that was so filthy that the officer who wrote the complaint stated, "I felt that I may vomit." According to the criminal complaint, police responded to Drake's home on December 13, 2023, after a delivery driver called police saying that she heard an elderly lady banging on windows, yelling for help and to call the police. The Green Bay Police Department officers approached the home. Drake was on the front porch and she told police that her mother was fine. When one officer told her that they would need to see it for themselves, Drake informed them that their mother's room was messy. Officers entered the heavily cluttered home, which had a very obnoxious smell, and had a mattress covered in blankets on the floor. The smell was described as animal, garbage, urine, and feces. Rather than walk on the floor, officers had to walk on the mattress. Officers observed bugs all over the home. She said that her mother was in the bedroom. Upon entering the bedroom, officers were not able to put eyes on the older woman due to the amount of garbage and other items in the room. Some of those items included soiled diapers, garbage, clothes, pop cans, and other miscellaneous items. Drake's mother responded to their assurance that they were there to help her by saying that her daughter was holding her prisoner and she wanted to get out of the house. Once the officers got a closer look at Drake's mother, they saw she had bed sores. She had urine material stuck to her hair and what looked to be bug droppings on her. She told the police that after a fall a year prior, she was left with a broken leg, and Drake was supposed to take care of her. But she said she had not been moved from the bed to bathe or use the bathroom for at least a year. According to the police, Drake acknowledged that her home was in terrible condition. She also told police that her mother chose to live in these conditions in which she was found. Police arrested her at the scene, and they put her in a squad car, at which point she wanted an attorney. Police say she continued to talk, telling them that she ignored her mom's cries for help due to it bugging her out while she runs a local crime blog called Green Bay Crime Reports. The website has since been taken down, but not before Drake, who wrote about her arrest. She also ran a Green Bay Crime Reports Facebook page, which had about 164,000 followers. As of Monday, the page had 158,000 followers. Drake told police that she considered adding soundproofing material to her mother's bedroom windows so no one could hear her screaming for help. She added that she was happy this happened so her mother could be removed from her care. She was sentenced to 1 year in prison and 9 months in jail, as well as years of extended supervision. She was ordered not to have any contact with her mother. Okay, here we go. Crazy, huh? She's running a true crime blog and crazy. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Uh-oh, what's this? Wow, where did this happen? Oh, Vietnam. Hold on a minute. Where the heck is the... That's not what I need. Where's the thing? Here it is. Vietnam. There we go. Says that multiple people, including 8 children, are dead after a boat capsized. It took place in Vietnam, Ha Long Bay, on Saturday, July 19th. The ship had been carrying 48 passengers, roughly, and 5 crew members. Nearly 36 people are dead after the boat capsized. At least 34 people, including 8 children, died after the ship overturned in Vietnam's Ha Long Bay amid stormy weather at around 2 p.m. on Saturday, July 19th. The boat, named the Wonder Sea, had been carrying around 48 passengers and 5 crew members. A majority of the travelers on the boat, including the estimated 20 children on board, were from Vietnam's capital, Hanoi. So far, 11 people have been rescued after they were found near the scene of the incident, while others remain missing. One of the individuals rescued was a 10-year-old boy who was unconscious and admitted to a nearby hospital with several injuries. A 14-year-old boy was also rescued after getting trapped in the overturned hull of the boat. Although the ship had overturned and the cabin doors were locked, there was still an air pocket, enough for oxygen to get in, so the boy survived. The boat capsized due to heavy winds. Authorities were dispatched to the scene along with 27 boats and 2 rescue crafts. Oh, it's a shame. Flash flood emergency issued outside nation's capital. Woman startled by a bear on a porch uses cameras two-way talk to feature. Wow. What's this about? Pope Leo. Hold on a minute. Pope Leo declares Rhode Island boy's 2007 birth a miracle. 2007? Wait a second. Hold on. Says, as the first miracle to be recognized during his pontificate, Pope Leo XIV recognized the 2007 healing of a premature infant born in a Rhode Island hospital. Reportedly, one attending physician prayed to Father Valera Para, a 19th century servant of God recognized by the Catholic Church. As reported by the local prof, the miracle declaration was part of a June 20th decree that recognized 174 new Catholic martyrs. In it, Pope Leo XIV approved the 2007 healing of Taekwon, a premature infant born at the now-closed Memorial Hospital in Pawtucket. The miracle at the former Memorial Hospital at Pawtucket in 2007 is a reminder of the power of prayer and the intercession of holy men and women. God is indeed close to us, Reverend Timothy Riley, Chancellor of the Roman Catholic Diocese of Providence, said. According to the Vatican's Dicastery for the Causes of Saints, the incident occurred on January 14, 2007. At the time, Taekwon's mother had arrived at the hospital and labor was artificially induced given a deficient fetal heart rate. Doctors diagnosed fetal oxygen deficiency and chorioamniocentesis, an inflammation of the fetal membranes, which is a serious condition. After being born, Taekwon suffered with multiple symptoms which didn't improve an hour after birth. Fearing the baby was going to die, the attending physician prayed to Salvatore Valera Para. He was a 19th century Spanish venerable servant of God. The physician said a prayer he had learned in his native Spain. He prayed, Father Valera, I have done everything I can. Now it's your turn. As doctors were prepared to deliver the tragic news to the mother, Taekwon's heartbeat suddenly improved without external intervention. He showed tremendous signs of improvement in the following weeks, and he was discharged on March 1st, 2007. Doctors were certain at the time that he would have developmental hardships. However, Taekwon went to live a normal childhood, even participating in sports. Taekwon's health was submitted to the Diocese of Providence back in 2014, and now 11 years later, it has been recognized by Pope Leo XIV, the first American pope. Furthermore, the miracle is the first recognized in Rhode Island. Furthermore, this miracle declaration will be crucial in Valpara's beatification and eventual canonization by the Catholic Church. Torrential downpours spark flash flood warnings across the U.S. Delta Boeing 767 engine in flames midair makes an emergency landing in L.A. Oh my gosh. What is with Boeing? Oh my gosh. Driver shot after... Wait, nobody said anything about this? A driver shot after plowing into a crowd in Los Angeles, injuring 30? What the heck? Wild situation out of California. At least 30 people are injured. Several remain in critical condition after a car rammed into a massive crowd outside a nightclub in East Hollywood this morning. Wow. Eleventh person charged. What is this? Hang on. Hold on, I'm trying to see what... Valerie Bertinelli cries over emotionally excruciating personal struggle as she battles to stay sober. Huh. Okay, let me see here. Fire on a packed Delta flight. That's crazy. Dozens of subway stations now have subway platform barriers. Oh, that's good. Let's see. The barriers are designed to help prevent what they call intrusion on the tracks or any unauthorized entry, including preventing people from falling or potentially being pushed. So they're putting in barriers like that. Uh-oh. Like that. To make the subway safer for everyone. According to the MTA, they now have barriers at, wow, lots of places in Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens. Okay, so I just hope they have it more than just that little section. All right, let's see. Glass bottles contain more microplastics than other containers. South Korea, heavy rain triggers landslide and flooding. Death toll rises to 14. Gosh, this flooding is all over the place. Heavy rain threatens flash floods for millions in the United States. Let's see. Floodwaters overtook some areas of western Virginia Friday. More than 15 million people were at risk of dangerous flash floods in pockets of nearly every region of the contiguous United States. As summer heat starts to peak, July is seeing the exact conditions needed for flooding rain, an abundance of incredibly moist, humid air, fueled with the majority of Friday's flood risk, giving storms the potential to dump very heavy, overwhelming rain in a short period of time. Heavy rains floods western Virginia. A level 3 of 4 flooding rain threat was in place for parts of northern and southeast Virginia and northeastern West Virginia, with a 2 of 4 risk covering portions of the Mid-Atlantic, Ohio Valley, and Midwest. Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin appealed to Virginians to stay alert as storms swept across the state Friday night, noting many areas are already soaked and prone to flood. Heavy rainfall records in parts of Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Kansas, and Missouri on Thursday. Drenching storms dumped up to 9 inches of rain and prompted early morning flash flooding along Kansas-Missouri border, including the Kansas City metro area on Thursday. It's crazy, isn't it? All over the world. Korea. Eruption fears as underwater volcano off U.S. coast rocked by 300 earthquakes. Temps cool down in New York and New Jersey. I told you guys. California wildfire. Wow. Now you've got 80,000 acres and mass evacuations. Is this now? I don't know. Let me see if this is. I want to make sure this is not. Bait. Cheryl Crow. Okay. I stayed at, let's see, Billie Jean. Okay. All right. Check one other thing to see if there's anything else we. Oh, are we going to check out Donna Adelson's trial, right? Since Donna Adlesen got us. Donna Adlesen. There's Donna. Okay. The judge presiding over the murder trial of Donna Adlesen granted a defense motion to compel the state to provide raw cell phone data and other evidence. However, during the hearing on July 11th, the Leon Circuit Judge Stephen Everett expressed concerns that doing so could reopen the door to the same kind of conflict of interest that derailed her trial last year in the 2014 murder of Dan Markel. Adelsen's defense attorneys, Josh Zellman and Jackie Fulford of Tallahassee, filed a motion June 27th seeking to have the state turn over raw, unredacted emails and cell phone records, telephone conversations, and text messages. During court, Zellman said the defense had been told repeatedly by the state that it had provided the evidence, but after retaining an independent forensic data expert, they learned they didn't have the requested materials. He added the defense wants the raw phone data to verify state reports generated from Cellbrite, a proprietary tool police use to extract information from cell phones. That's why we're asking for that, Zellman said. Then Georgia Kappelman, the assistant state attorney, had no objection, though she asked the defense to provide any reports from their expert to the state in a timely manner. Everett asked Zellman on the outset of the hearing whether he had discussed with Adelson the possibility that the discovery could raise conflict issues. Zellman said he hadn't because he didn't believe that would be an issue. After granting the motion, Everett cautioned the defense about any materials that might pertain to Adelson's previous lawyers or her son, Charlie Adelson, who was convicted in 2023 in the contract killing of Markel. Donna Adelson's trial was postponed last year on the first day of jury selection after her attorney, Dan Rashbaum of Miami, who also represented her son, bowed out over conflicts of interest. As far as giving conflict-free representation to Mrs. Adelson, should anything change with your review of the cell rights that may include communications from prior counsel or deal with matters that pertain to information that's provided by Charlie Adelson. At that point, we are going to revisit the issue, Everett told the defense. Donna Adlesen, who was charged in the 2014 murder for hire of Dan Markel, appears in court on July 11th in this photo. In other developments, Everett questioned the defense and state about the upcoming motions they would intend to file and whether Donna Adelson's trial was still on track for August 19th. Oh, August 19th. I thought it was September. It's August 19th, when jury selection is set to begin. He said the deadlines he had set were not arbitrary. Zellman said the defense wasn't trying to delay the trial, but that it had not received all the discovery from the state. He said that he is expected to file 3 additional motions. The proposed date of when this would occur is not specific, Everett said. It's not certain. It's pretty much a moving piece of jello. Kappelman said both sides were working diligently to meet deadlines, but that she had matters that are still pending past deadline, including a report from a handwriting expert. I understand your comment about the jello, Kappelman said, and I've got a couple of orders myself of jello that I'm wrangling. Everett told both sides that their motions needed to be filed by July 21st. He set August 8th for the final pretrial hearing. Donna Adlesen is charged with first-degree murder, conspiracy and solicitation in the 2014 murder of Markel. He was fatally shot at his home on Trescott Drive amid a bitter custody battle with his ex-wife, Wendy Adelson, the defendant's daughter. So August 19th, if that's going to go through. August 19th, and Donna. Goes to trial. Now let me see where you guys are. Okay. Good night, Frilly Farmhouse. Sleep well, Frilly Farmhouse. Hi. Hi, Trailer Trash Barbie. Sorry to hear about your cancer battle. I hope you recover fully without any consequences. Voices in your head. I've been thinking about you lately and wondering where you've been. What's going on? What's going on, voices in your head? Who else is here? Lots of people. Let's hope for this. There's so much crime, it's awful. In New Mexico? Huh. It's just me. Okay. Let's do the word cookies. Because it's late, right? Oh my gosh, it's 3:31, almost 3:33. No wonder I'm tired. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. Hmm. What did you get? Eden? No. Newer? Yeah, okay. That's good. They don't have weed. Wren might be one. Uh-huh. Wend never. There we go. You got it. Isn't this fun, Ritter Crows? Very quiet time. Quiet, quiet. We just have to get this one. What is this murder of crows? This one, the one on top here. Aquatic. Oh. No, wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Ah, that's the one I've been waiting for. Very good. Oh, special level of murder of crows. And okay. Okay. Hello, Heart Made Wise. Let me see, tuna. Okay. Tuna. Tunic. Hello, Heart. Shoot. Shoot. Okay. Unit. Okay. Did it? We did it. Oh boy. Mount hut. A lot. How about why? Yeah, I tried that. Toy might work, yeah. Alright, guys, I think I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm exhausted. I'll see you tomorrow. I love you guys. God bless. Prayers. What a day. Be good.